In this video, we will be solving some NDA previous year question from the topic complex numbers. First of all, we can start with this question. If 1 omega omega square are the cube root of unity, then the value of 1 plus omega square 1 plus omega raised to 4 1 plus omega raised to, the easiest way we can write it first. 1 plus omega square, then 1 plus omega raised to 4, then 1 plus omega raised to 8. When you see all the powers of omega, it is doubling. 1 become 2, 2 then 4, then it is 8. The easiest way is to multiply the numerator and denominator with 1 minus omega. So it is of the form a minus b into a plus b. So it is a square minus b square. So these two terms combine to form 1 minus omega square. A plus b into a minus b will be a square minus b square. Again this will be combined to form 1 minus omega raised to 4. Again this will be 1 minus omega raised to 4. Again these two will be combined to form 1 minus omega raised to 8, and finally our numerator will become 1 minus omega raised to 16, the whole divided by 1 minus omega. Now what is omega raised to 3n? Omega raised to 3n equal to 1. Therefore omega raised to 16 can be written as omega raised to 15 into omega. Omega raised to 3n is 1. So this value is 1. Basically omega raised to 16 is 1. Therefore just substitute, we will get 1 minus omega divided by 1 minus omega. That is our answer is 1. Option C. In this question, instead of solving in the conventional way of putting z equal to x plus I way, that is the analytical way, we can do with the graphical method. Graphical method is more fast and the steps will be less. This question has two parts. Let z be a complex number satisfying these two conditions. Now, after finding z, we can use x plus I way, but I am not using x plus I way. Here, after finding z, first part is we need to identify the mod z, and the second part is we need to calculate this value. This question we can first calculate the value of mod z. The concept is mod of z1 minus z2. Mod of z1 minus z2 represent the distance between z1 and z2. The distance between two complex z1 and z2 is represented by modulus of z1 minus z2. Therefore, when you take the first condition, modulus of z minus 4 divided by z minus 8 equal to 1. You can again split it as mod of z minus 4 divided by modulus of z minus 8 equal to 1, that is modulus of z minus 4 equal to modulus of z minus 8. When you compare with this concept, this is the distance between z1 and z2. Therefore, z1 and z2, have you noticed the minus sign? Therefore, the distance between z and 4 is same as the distance between z and 8. From this we can conclude that this is the origin. 4 is here, 8 is here. Z lie or Z is equidistant from both 4 and 8. So it must be in the middle line. What is the middle line? In between 4 and 8, the mid value is 6. Or just take the average. 8 plus 4, 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. The thing is, the real part of Z should be always equal to 6. Then only Z will be always equidistant from these 2 points. It can form either an isosceles triangle or it will be a line. Now, whatever the point lying in the line, that is the Z in this line, is equidistant, because this is same, this is perpendicular. So when you apply Pythagoras theorem also it is same. Now, here we can conclude, if Z equal to x plus iy, real part of Z is 6, that is x is 6. Now we can go with the second conclusion. Second conclusion is modulus of Z divided by Z minus 2 equal to 3 by 2. That is, second conclusion is modulus of Z divided by Z minus 2 equal to 3 by 2. We can write mod Z as simply, in numerator it is simply mod Z. Mod Z as mod of Z minus 0 divided by mod of Z minus 2 equal to 3 by 2. From here, again the same concept, modulus of Z1 minus Z2 equal to distance between Z1 and Z2. From the first conclusion, we got that the real part of Z, that is Z lies in a line which passes through 6. Real part of 6 is always Z is always 6. Now there are 2 points now, one is 0 and one is 2. One is 0 and another one is 2. This is 0 and this is 2. Now in next conclusion, the ratio of distance of z from 0 to z from 2 is 3 by 2. Now the thing is, when you closely observe, you can directly find that the distance of 0 from this z lie in this line is 6, and from 2 it is 4. What is the ratio? 3 by 2. That is 6 by 4. From here you can directly conclude that z equal to 6. The thing is, if it is somewhere in the line like this inclined line, the ratio of this distance to this distance won't be equal to 3 by 2. That's the conclusion. From here we can directly conclude z is lie on the x-axis itself. Then only this ratio, the whole distance divided by this part is 6 by 4. From here we conclude that mod z equal to 6. So we can directly answer option A is 6. And here z equal to 6 means 6 minus 6 is 0. 0 divided by whatever it is, 0. This question is a common question. Just remember this thing. Z bar plus A bar Z plus A Z bar plus B equal to 0. This represents a circle. And the radius of a circle is square root of mod of A square. Mod of A square. Just take the modulus of any of the complex number A or A bar, both are same, minus B. In our question, the modulus of this thing is, what is this modulus? It is root 10. Square root of 10. 9 plus 1 is 10. So the square of the modulus will be 10 minus B value is 1. That is root 9 is 3. So the radius is 3. So this, any of this will be the answer. Now the next thing, we need to find the center of the circle. Center of the circle, how will you calculate the center of the circle? You don't need to put x plus iy and solve the equation. Just observe this. You just take the z bar term. What is there in the z bar term? This point, it is 3 comma 1. 3 plus I represent 3 comma 1. The negative of that point will give the center of the circle. That is, just interchange the sign. You will get this as option A. Now, suppose omega is a cube root of unity with omega not equal to 1. Suppose P and Q are 2 points on the complex plane defined as omega and omega square. Therefore, we have a complex plane, Argand plane, where P represent omega and Q represent omega square. This is the thing. O is the origin. Then the angle between OP and OQ. OP and OQ, this angle. They are asking this angle. What is this angle? Now remember this thing. Another value of cube root of unity is 1. Remember this thing. Cube root of unity lies in a circle of unit radius, and it also forms an equilateral triangle. Cube root of unity forms an equilateral triangle. Now since it is an equilateral triangle, these all triangles are congruent. Or if it is a regular polygon, the center angle will be, the angle suspended by each side will be 360 divided by number of sides. Here it is 3, that is 120 degree. So our option is option C.